Hello, my YouTube family and friends. I just wanted to hop on here and bring another word of encouragement. I pray that everyone has had a blessed day today. I pray that the Lord has shown himself mighty in all of your lives. I wanted to read, first of all, read Matthew, the 7th chapter, verse 12, and it reads, "So in everything do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets." And so also I'm going to go back up and I'm going to read, it's still chapter 7 out of Matthew, but it reads, it's the 7th and the 8th verse. "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. He who seeks finds. And to him who knocks, the door will be open." So I have read Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, and also verses 7 and 8. So I wanted to hop on here and just title this video, "Are you bypassing your blessings?" So, that's a pretty loaded question. I know just a couple of years ago, I really did not have an accurate answer for that question because, I was at a point in my life or at a time in my life where, I wanted to be bothered some days and other days I did not. And so, just allowing the enemy to, come against me and not giving him any glory, but I was just in a not so good place some years ago. So, and I'm thankful to God for always keeping me and protecting me. But, or have we been bypassing our blessings? A lot of times we'll pray for something and the Lord he'll answer the prayer. We're thinking, well, it's going to be wrapped up and it's going to be so pretty and it's going to be from this type of person or that type of person. But truth of the matter is, God can answer the prayer however he wants to. So, and a lot of times he's just going to see, what type of person we are or what type of heart we have. We're going to overlook somebody because he can have somebody who we least expect to bless us, but yet they may not look the part. They may not, appear in a suit and tie or a nice, dress or a, blouse and slacks, or a big nice car. It may not be that way at all. So we have to be careful with what our eyes see, because a lot of times, again, that's having faith, and like I said, we have in our mind how something is going to turn out. But I'm here to tell you, God does answer prayer, but he does not answer it the way that you think he's going to answer it. And I'm a living witness of that. So, because he answered my prayer from years ago, and he did not answer the prayer until 2021. And the way he answered the prayer, I never would have dreamed that it would have been answered the way that it was. But he answered the prayer. So again, we don't know how he's going to answer it. We just need to have faith that he will and trust that he knows what's best for all of us. But anyway, we deal with a lot of people from day to day, either on our jobs, it could be in our church community, it could be, in our neighborhoods or whatever, wherever. But, in the grocery stores and gas stations, wherever we come in contact with all these different people. But, as I stated, God can use anybody at any time, at any place. I go to the Goodwill a lot, and, I feel like I'm just the type of person, I'm just looking for my blessings. I'm looking, I'm searching, and I don't know if that's just being greedy or what, but I'm just looking. I want everything God wants for me. And I don't want to overlook anybody. And, years ago, I was so into myself and, so concentrating on what I wanted. I couldn't see past that. Very selfish, very narrow-minded in so many things, just ignorant to so many things that God was showing me. And now my eyes are wide open. My ears are wide open. I can see again. I can hear again. So I'm so thankful for that. But, I go in the Goodwill a lot. I frequent that store a lot. And I just love to see people smiling. And if they're not smiling, I try to put a smile on their face or smile back at them, or, say something nice to them or something like that. But we just never know. And a lot of times the blessing may not even be monetary. It could just be through a deed, or, through kind words. You may have prayed to the Lord, I want the world to be a better place. And so, You know, the Lord can definitely work through someone to, to speak to you or to give you some type of encouraging words or something like that. But my whole point of this video is that God can use anybody or at any time to bless you. And, again, there was I had heard a story, a true story of someone, they had recently moved to a new town, and and this is not me, it's somebody else, but they had recently moved to a new town, and this other person was telling me that he witnessed in church what, this story, this testimony. But anyway, they basically had, I think, gotten low, they were led to leave the place that they were in. So they were relocating basically. And so they were kind of low on funds, things like that. I don't know every detail, but I just know the gist of the story. But anyway, I think the person had children or whatever, but they were traveling, and I don't know how far they had to travel to get to this new place. But anyway, they had to travel, get in their car and travel. And so the testimony was that they were just basically obeying God and doing what he had told them to do, but they had faith that he was going to work things out for them. So they ended up stopping at a gas station, I believe, is what the person told me. And anyway, a gentleman walks up to them and hands them some money, and I believe that the person told them that the Lord led them to do that. So they were just, just so in awe of God's goodness and his grace and mercy, because again, when, it goes back to what I always speak on when God tells you to do something, he will go before you and make ways out of no ways. He will prepare the way for you. And a lot of times he's just seeing if we're going to be obedient and even do what he tells us to do. And you may not have but $1, in your pocket, but that's okay. God can multiply that over and over and over, but he's testing you. I mean, he wants to see, if you're going to truly, can he trust you? Can he trust you to do what he's told you to do? So if he can trust you, that means, he can trust you with his blessings. So since I can trust you, now I'm going to have you, by you being obedient, your blessings are tied to your obedience. So anyway, that testimony just really I was like, wow, because I myself know, just how amazing God is. He's been amazing in my life. So that wasn't really surprising to me, but I love to hear testimonies. I love to hear other people proclaim of his goodness and, everything that he has done for them too, because I know he's a good God. I know he sits high and he looks low. I know he watches over us. I know when we don't know what to do, I know he does know what to do. So we can trust him. So he should be able to trust us as well. But anyway, I know a lot of times it's hard for people to do that, but that's okay. You just ask the Lord to build your faith, and he'll do it. But going back to, are you bypassing your blessings? Again, there's so many people around us, and we have this certain look, we're thinking a person is going to look a certain way. I used to be so guilty of that, when I used to work for a big insurance company, a well-known insurance company, back in the day. I was so impressed by, what they wore to work, the doctors, and when they wear their regular attire, and, the pharmacists, I was just so impressed by their titles and this, that, and the other. But then somebody would come along, we were all in walking distance of like Starbucks and different like little restaurants or whatever. And somebody may stop me on the sidewalk and just start talking to me, just, a common person. And I'm not putting anybody down, but I'm just saying it, just be a regular person walking. And I'll just be like, wow, they really blessed me from, something they have said to me. Maybe they complimented me on something I had on or something. But what I'm saying, we can be so, caught up in things and how people look, that we'll bypass our blessings. We need to ask God every day when we get up, when he allows us to wake up to see another brand new day, Lord, open my eyes so I can see everything that you have for me. Bless me. I want what you want for me. and not be so caught up in how somebody looks to us, because a lot of times the people that you're looking so high upon, those are the ones that, they're sure not looking at you most of the time. So like I said, you just don't know how the Lord will work this thing out. He can use anybody. He can use anybody he wants to bless you. He's answering your prayer. So, he can work through anybody at any time, at any place to do just what he wants them to do. So, I'm also a witness to this in another area of my life. Recently, when we were looking for a home in our new state, and we were going to all these different places looking for a home, and seemed like everybody, I give them the rundown of, what, while we were relocating and just trying to explain everything. And, none of that mattered. And I could not understand, that we would get back to where we were staying at. And I'd be like, why didn't they help us? I felt like they were a blessing for us, but then God would remind me that wasn't who he was going to use to help us, And prime example, the gentleman that he was going to use to help us in our new city, I least expected him to help us, because I had, we had been told no so much and this, that, and the other. So I hadn't given up, but I was just a little weary. I'm just going to be honest. And so when we toured this particular home that we're in now, I'm just going to be honest. We were staying in a hotel at the time, and I looked at my phone, and he said, I'm out here in the lobby, because we were to meet each other. And he said, I'm out in the lobby. Where are you at? And I went, no, I'm sorry. Let me go back. We were supposed to meet at a certain time. So he was running late. He would be running late. He was going to be running late like 30 minutes or so. But anyway, I had already made up in my mind, this is going to be another no. So I'm not going to give him a chance to tell me no. I'm going to bypass all of this. So being in my feelings. So anyway, I went down to the lobby to wait for him. And I waited at least, I was like, Tam, come on. Because it's another no anyway. But I had waited for like, I think 10, 15 minutes, something like that. And I was like, what? He's not even here. I said, oh, so it's a no. That means it's a no. It's not for us. So I went on and I had to make a few errands. And so he was texting me, but I had blocked his number, because I had in my mind, and this is how the enemy works on us. I had in my mind that we were not going to get this home. So I just kind of had just closed that out of my mind, and I didn't want to be turned down again. So I was just like, you're not going to get a chance to tell me no, I'm going to beat you to the punch. So anyway, while I was out and about, my son called me, and he said, Mom said, why are you not answering your phone? He's down in the lobby waiting on you. And I said, well, I waited for him, but he never showed. And my son said, yeah, he said he's been down there for a little bit. But it turned out that he was showing another home where he had got busy. But anyway, he was running late. That's what it was. So, and that's typical in that line of business. But anyway, like I said, I was just in my feelings, and I didn't want him to tell me no first. So I was just wanted to win, but did not even know what God was getting ready to do. So anyway, when my son told me that, I said, well, I'm on my way back to the hotel now. So anyway, we met and we talked, and, fast forward, we're in the home now, and I thank God for that. But, I had asked him, I said, why were you so, set on helping us? And he said, I felt like the house, this particular house was for you all at this time. So it was nobody but God who touched him to help us, due to our different situations and everything. Everybody else had told us no, and everything. Because when we first arrived here, I didn't have a job, and, it was just a lot of things that were going against us. And we had, we had funds, but I didn't have a job. So a lot of people didn't want to take that risk. I had one man telling me that, he had been swindled so many times. He said, I just can't afford to, do it again. And I said, well, we're just not that type of people. I said, we're good, honest people. He said, yeah, but I can't do it. So it was just no, like I said, it was so many no's back to back. And a lot of people, they know that they're going to tell you no, but they'll let you go through the motions before they even do that. And I don't know if they, get something out of that or what, but if it's a no, it's a no. Don't tag me along and pull me along and waste my time and have my hopes up. And when you knew from the very first 30 minutes, it was a no. So anyway, it worked out. It all worked out. So I almost bypassed my blessing. I almost bypassed it because, I don't know if we would have still been looking, or we probably would have found another home by now. But what's for you, God wants to make sure that you receive it, and how the way he set it up for you to receive it. So it matters to him. It's just not a luck of the draw and all that. He wants to make sure that just the way he designed it, he wants it to play out that way for your life. But we must be obedient, and we must be, mindful of what's going on around us. Because like I said, I could have let my feelings get the best of me and, told my son, no, just tell him to leave or whatever. And he sat and waited on me. He sat and waited on me until, because it took me a little bit to get back to the hotel. But he was there waiting. But he did say, because I asked him, I said, why do you want to help us? And he said, I feel like everybody should be given a chance. And again, I know that was God working through him to help us at that particular time, because we had been looking just for a few months, but we did need help. So, again, don't allow the enemy to distract you so much that you bypass your blessings, that you ignore your blessings, however you want to say it. Be mindful of who you are around, and treat people right. Treat people nice and be kind to people. And you just never know, how God is going to use that person to help you. And like I said, it's not always, where you're, needing something. It could just be to encourage you. It just depends. I don't know. God works in all of our lives differently, but he still uses his same love, his same compassion, his same protection. All that's still the same with everybody. So, just be mindful of who you are around, even little children, even, whoever. I don't know who can bless you, but just be prepared for the blessing. But do not allow your blessings to bypass you by, your emotions and, getting caught up in, no, that's not the person that he's going to use. You just don't know. You don't know. So only God knows. So I pray that this video is a blessing to somebody. I pray that you did receive something from this video that will bless your life. And just remember to just treat everybody right. If they're being ugly to you, just say a prayer for them. Ask God to help them and heal them. And he'll do it. But again, thank you for listening. Please like, share, and comment and subscribe to this channel. And I love you, but remember, God loves you more.